All right, let's do this thing. That is an absolutely ghastly picture. And I really haven't got a clue how to fix it. That is an absolute. I really don't know what the problem is. Well, in any case, let's see who's here. Loading up quick here. Thank you, Daddy Ken. I appreciate your call. That was very sweet. Um, yeah, I hit 1,000. I was on Fish Room Fever, trying to get online with my little phone, and it wouldn't work. Couldn't do it. So I'm gonna have to start taking my computer home. And somebody's calling me. Let's see. Let's see what this is. Father Fish. Hold on. Say again.
Do you carry freshwater shrimp?
Yeah, I've got some colored shrimp. You mean feeder shrimp or decorative shrimp?
No, yeah, for living in the tank, decorative.
Yeah, I do. I've got a couple of different colors.
Okay. Do you know, is there a specific kind they are? Are they Amanos or cherries? Or,
I have cherries and I've got blacks. And I think
okay,
maybe some blues.
do you know if they, any of them eat algae?
They all do.
Thank you.
Okay, you bet.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Might sell a shrimp today. One never knows. Ah, where are we? Thank you, Judy. Let's see. James has been sitting here along with everything fish and Griffin Fish Room for near half an hour. God bless you. Mr. B, good day. Scott Packer, hello. Jody, I thanked, and thank you so much for the congratulations. The Fish House is here. Hey, all. RB123. Congrats on the 1K. Thank you, RB. Lee Hilton from South Dakota. Zen Ginger is in the house. Why did I jump around there? I just lost my. Here we are. Tiffany Carabello Holmes. Congrats. Thank you, Tiffany. Griffin. Jack Benz. Do you have enough hours to get monetized? I'm real close. I've got 3.7. I'm looking for 300 hours. So I'll do a couple of videos this week and I'll do a couple of streams, and that should be enough to get me there. If I need to do a marathon stream, I'll do it, but I don't think I will have to. I am thinking about different things I can do through the week that are going to bring this up. Um, I I've been running almost 100 hours a day just through the regular videos, so it's not going to take long to get where I want to go. Me, Griffin, Precious, hi, Precious. Nice to see you. Aquarium Cowboy. Heidi. Frank White. Hello, Frank. And I appreciate your kind words. Kaylor. Hello, Kaylor. Thank you so much. Chevy Fish. Thank you, Chevy. Punchy Pants is here. Oh, Pants. I did that. Punchy Pants is here. I saw what you did um, with that little card painting. That was really very nice. That's one of my favorite little Corys, and I really like that. I'm gonna have to get on your good side and purchase a few of your paintings. They're quite nice. Sand Creek Aquatic. Hello. LSKH. Hi. And we're jumping around again. Dedican, Carl Meyer. Thank you, Carl. Oh, hush. Don't say that, Humble. I'll get in all kind of trouble. I'm in enough trouble. Taylor Precious Griffin. Where are we? Lee, are there any live plants I can put in with goldfish? Yeah, well, there are. You just have to try. Obviously, the thicker leaf plants are going to do better. I don't have a lot of trouble with Amazon swords in with my goldfish. They seem to do pretty well. Just try some heavier, and then what you can also do is put some floating plants in, like duckweed. That'll give them a lot to eat. They love to eat duckweed. Precious, I'll set your videos on playlist. Don't know what you mean, but I'm sure it works for me. Zen Ginger to help with watch time. Turtle Tank playlist. I'm missing something in the conversation, apparently. My technological skill is foreshortened and much lacking. So there's a lot I don't get. Hi, LSKA. To help with watch time, watch this later. Turtle Tank playlist. Okay. Hey, Sand Creek from Griffin. Let's see. Deborah, thank you so much. Let's get through here quickly. Squeeze Oddball, Aquatics, Hush, Sherry. Hello, Sherry. Thank you so much. Back to where I was. Oh dear. I'm jumping around so much. Let's see. Aquarium Cowboy. Been doing YouTube for 3 years, stuck at 300. Well, I'll take a look at your stuff. I think we all can probably help you out. We'll see what. Let's see. Let's take a look here. Go to channel. Try to look at your channel there, Cowboy. Aquarium Cowboy. Well, there's one thing I can do right away. I can subscribe. and click on all. Do that. And what else? See what you got here. You got a trailer. Cool. Top fin enchant 2-year review. That's cool. How to care for goldfish. Bloat problems. If you can treat bloat, you're home free. Caring for green sunfish. Oh, that's nice. Natives are such a big deal. So, okay, where are you from that you're getting native? Well, they're kind of everywhere. Saved a Walmart fish. He who would have died. Nice. Omega 1, it's one of my favorite foods. Omega 1, I use it all the time. I think it's cool. I like what you got. I really do. See who else is calling while I'm at it. Nobody do. Okay, back to where we were. Thank you, Oddball. Carl, Chevy. Everybody click on Aquarium Cowboy. Alice, wrote to you on Facebook. I'm excited for upcoming bird video. We have two baby, well, you saw maybe the two baby parrotlets. They are now being hand fed and are doing quite well. Thank you very much. I can maybe show you maybe a picture. Let's see. Here we go. Check. Let's see if this works. Let's do that again. That was fun. So there we are. Here's the other one.
Hi, Lou. Here's the one. He's quite an eater. He is quite a eater. It's the blue one. But yeah, you ready to eat some more? I can't film while I'm eating, while I'm feeding. I just can't do both at once, but they're both doing great. I got the other one. He's in the box. And I'll film him next.
Okay, so we're going to bring those on. They'll be ready by next week. So we'll bring them on so everybody be able to meet them. I think they've been named by now. So Alice, we're going to have the birds. I did a little bit with birds this week. I don't know whether it was a video or a live. I can't remember. I think I did a video showing some of the birds. I think it's there. Should be. Let's see. I'll go check in a minute. I can Patreon PP for art. Okay, that's great. I will do that. Better to be on her good side than her bad side. I dare say. And I about pushed it far as it could be pushed. And I ain't interested in pushing it even another inch. That was Mr. B commenting on punchy paint. Let's see. Yeah, that was some good advice I just saw. Um, uh, Encouraging Aquarium Cowboy to hang around with the fish fam. Messed up on fairy whispers. Watch yourself, Sam. I tell you, I laughed so hard, I cried. I could not control myself. Every time I looked at Punchy's comment, It just destroyed me. I don't think I've had that much fun in as long as I can remember. It was an absolute scream. Uh, let's see. Kaylor's been sub to Cowboy for a while. More vids on a regular basis. Yeah, Cowboy, that's really the key. You just got to crank them out. I was watching an old vid of Corey's today where he was talking about what he did when he made the decision. This was like five 5 years ago, 4 to 5 years ago, to grow on YouTube. He cranked out a video every day, every day. I did that for about a month. I think my first 30 videos came out in the first month I was online. I've not been near as um, productive since then. I think a lot of it is because I got all the main stuff out of my system. All the things I talk about and think about every day, I've pretty well got on tape. So now I have to think about and plan more on what I want to do with future videos. You bet, cowboy. The crawfish should pretty much leave a big bunch of hedge plants alone. Well, there's a blessing. Finally got a couple of videos of her tanks. It's Lee Hilton. Your crayfish are leaving your hedge. That's a break. Alice says, I want to see Yummy too. Precious Mantunalik. Mantunalik. Do you recommend brine shrimp for feeding? Absolutely. Whether I'll tell you what I like to feed baby, like baby cichlids, the larger baby cichlids, is the decapsulated dry brine shrimp that you don't have to hatch. I've raised any number of spawn on that, and I even made it myself for a while. I was using the bleach to burn off the shell. Um, but that works really well for baby fish and kind of brine shrimp in any form. I hatch them. I've got them hatching all the time. I've got a few growing out. I'm trying to grow out some stuff for my bettas so I won't have to keep buying blackworms because they're so expensive. So I'm doing brine shrimp, growing them out, and I'm also doing whiteworm culture um, to try to get more live food to my bettas. 37 watching, 22 likes. Says Cody's son. Yes, the birds are very loud, aren't they? Never broken. What's never broken? Boy, am I missing out here. So many things being said, and I'm cute and loud. That's going to be the birds. You think most aquariums are overstocked. The goal seems to be to fit as many fish as possible. Fish House asked a really interesting question about overstocking. I have tanks that are overstocked. Um, I think in a shop, it's almost necessary, partly because when you get 50 to 100 of a given fish, they need to all go in one tank, two at the most, but preferably one tank, which automatically overstocks that tank. I try to compensate for it by having plants and structure and a substrate in the tank, so it's not a 100 tank in a bare fish, 100 fish in a bare tank. But yeah, there is that. My sense is and I know this is something that Lucas has been doing for some time, is species fish, particularly species that are going to spawn, like the dwarf cichlids, um, catfish, almost any of the live bearers. Being able to have fish in species tanks, a single family of fish, really gives you an opportunity to be able to really observe and understand what you've got. Somebody just walked in. I think he's going to go through the back. Can I help you?
Yes, I'm just kind of looking for some driftwood and some stuff.
There's a lot back there.
Yes,
Just
sir. Thank
look
you.
all over. You bet. Maple Street Aquatics. Hello, nice to meet you. In the past week or two, I've encountered so many people who I have not met before on YouTube. Fish House. Well, particularly in community tanks, that becomes an issue because you're just kind of jamming everything imaginable in there. There's a certain drama to it. It runs counter to the Oriental approach, which is to have a single fish or a single species of fish in a tank. I think once you lose a tank full of fish, you probably don't go back to that approach so quickly or easily. We jump down here, and now I can't get back to where I was. Zen Ginger's talking about Facebook. We are posting on Facebook pretty much every day. We do all of our new stuff on Facebook as well, which reminds me, we're going to have um, our sales up and operational this week on what's it called? Get Gills. So we'll have things like the dirt and a few other items for sale, and we will start shipping out fish. We're only going to ship locally in Southern Hemisphere until we get past February. I have shipped in February up north before, and it never goes well. So we'll just hold off on that, but we'll be doing dry goods, and I will also be including. I gotta pull it off, including our new sticker. You'll get a sticker if you want to leave an address on Facebook or Messenger or wherever. I'll be happy to send you one as well. But so we've been planning some changes, and we're going to be doing that right away. Zen's also mentioned Patreon. We will be doing exclusive videos for Patreon supporters, and they're going to be real interesting. So if that's something you want to get in on, I encourage you to help support us on Patreon. It makes a big difference. I love whether you've figured it out or not, but we're not a business that makes money. We're a business that makes people happy. And I've never been able to figure out quite how to get the two together. But we're in a market that's pretty limited down here in a tourist town with a population that's 75% retirees that are all snowbirds. Hey, how are you? Good. Yeah, we're streaming, right?
I'm all set. Joe.
Well, come say hello, Joe.
Hello.
Come on in. There you go. There he is. Joe says hello.
Abby in England watching.
Right. We do have more and more folks coming in the store who are coming here through YouTube. So that's obviously it's making a difference. I may have just totally lost any ability to get caught up. What's your go-to filter when I have diggers? Sponge filters. They filter out detritus, the loose matter. They keep the water column clear, and they provide biological filtration. Sponge filters are, for me, they're the go-to filter. I really, really like them, James. That was James Rutherford asking.
I haven't been in here yet. I just didn't know where to park, so I parked on the side of the building. Is that
You're
okay?
fine, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Didn't
okay.
wanna take-
Yeah, we own both sides, so it's okay.
I'm looking to start like a new nano, kind of like an aquarium for plants.
Okay. We're streaming right now. Do you mind talking with some people about what you're doing? What's your name?
My name is Don.
Don, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, we have a YouTube channel,
Yes.
and every Sunday afternoon we do live streams here at the shop, and occasionally have the chance to talk to a customer.
Oh,
So
sure.
I know the folks watching will enjoy this. So you're setting up.
Right. Like I'm kind of like a super newbie. So I started like a few smaller tanks, but I feel like things keep dying. So I don't know if I'm making mistakes and things like that. So
I can help you with that.
yes, sir. I definitely can use some help.
So the key is the substrate.
Yes.
I mean, that's the first thing you put in the tank, and it's the most important thing, other than the water.
Yes.
Fish aren't going to survive without water, but they won't survive long without the right substrate.
Right.
So what have you been using for
I
substrate?
used like a sea cam that I bought at the other fish store. It's kind of like a black.
Like a soil.
Yes. It's kind of
Okay.
like a soil, and I used that. I got a couple plants in there, and they kind of sell me these plant food things to kind of put it in with the bacteria and things like that to help the water cycle.
Okay.
And I felt like I left my light on too bright because I got the Fluval one, where you kind of do like the Bluetooth and you put this. He told me to use like 30% on the setting. But my first night, I think I left the blue light on by accident, and the next morning I came out, I felt like the leaf of the long plant was kind of cracking. So I don't know if that's the blue light causing that.
I doubt that. I doubt that. Okay, so let's kind of start with the first thing you can do that'll fix. You've got one major problem, and then two minor problems.
Okay.
The major problem is that you're using essentially a soil which is good, but it's not capped, which is bad. And the reason it's not good, the reason it's bad, is because it's not allowing that soil to function as an anaerobic substrate,
Right. So do I
which
need
means
to,
it's not able to break down. So, your question?
do I need to buy like the root tap thing to kind of help the soil
No.
a little bit? Or
No, you have plenty of nutrition. You do not need to add nutrition. What you need to add is 2 inches of sand on top of it.
Okay. So
And-
the sand needs to go on top of.
So you need
The
to cap
substrate.
it. Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. And the reason you do is because you need to keep that soil separate from the water.
Right, because the soil, it's like going into the water
exactly
and it's
right.
leaking out. And
It's exactly right. It leaches into the water and it creates way too much nutrient in the water column.
Right.
See, the guys who make this stuff, they don't tell you that
Right.
because I think they frankly don't understand it or don't believe it. But you will find you can. I've got sand back here.
Okay.
To get a bag of sand and just pour it in.
Right. So
You
do I
can-
need to drain the water first
No.
before in the sand? I
No.
can just pour the sand on
You
top.
just pour it in. Now it's a little bit dusty.
I
If you
wonder-
don't, you can rinse it out,
Right.
or you can just pour it in dusty. It'll make it slightly cloudy, won't be milky, and it'll clear up in a day.
Okay.
What do you got for a filter?
I got like, one of those kind of free type of setup tank that it was meant for to have some fish in there. So it was a 25 gallons or whatever filter that came with that. That's the one.
It's
that
a hang on
yes.
the
It's
back
kinda like
filter.
a hang
Okay.
on the back.
That's fine. Go ahead and use that.
Okay.
I'm going to recommend you also get a small sponge filter
Okay.
with an air pump.
Okay.
That'll give you filtration in the tank as well.
So it
And
helps like clear out like the
Yeah,
cloudy
exactly.
type of water. and things
Exactly.
like that.
Right.
Okay.
yeah, and it also provides more biological filtration.
Okay.
So if you'll do just that, stop putting the plant food in. You don't need it.
Right.
You've got that soil has more than enough. And by putting the sand on top, you're creating a cycle in which the waste in your plant are going to reseed that
Right.
and refurbish it so that in like a 6-month period, it'll be cycling and balancing itself.
Okay.
It's gonna, you've got the beginnings. You just need, need to cap the sand, stop putting excess nutrients in. Get another little filter in there. It's always good to have two sources of moving water.
Yeah. Okay. So I
Um,
need an extra filter and I need some sand and I just kind of let the water just make its own cycle for like another month or so and then.
No, you can go ahead right away.
Okay.
You're okay.
Okay.
Your fish have been dying, have they?
The first 2 times, I bought some fish. I brought the water into, the Petco and PetSmart from to test it. So they said the water was okay. But the fish and the fish was in there for a few hours and started dying. So I was watching.
So they were wrong about that.
Yes, because I saw that the fish was swimming towards the surface, but I didn't know what was going on. So I did some research and it looked like the ammonia level was way too high.
It's very likely.
Yes. So then I went back to have them tested and it said yes, it was high. But the first time when they tested my water, they didn't test for that. So then I kind of gave up on the fish tank and then wanted to start like a planet tank first to make sure
Okay.
everything
Okay.
is nice. And then I'll
Well, the plants also absorb ammonia.
right.
And that sand is going to create an environment
Right.
that will absorb ammonia. So you're not going to have near the problem.
Right. So at first it was like, for my daughter. So we bought like a whole bunch of pink and yellow, like artificial type of decorations. But then once the fish start dying, I just start to remove it and actually plant I change it up.
So that's good. Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So everything is all natural. I got like one piece of wood in there, one rock to kind of for like the
Okay.
decoration.
Yep.
And I change out the water, things like that. And I plant the plant in, but it feels like it's something is wrong with the plant, so I'm still keeping an eye on it, but I'm going to get some sand today and an extra filter for that.
Okay.
And I also wanted to start like a new 5-gallon, the one I'm working on right now. It's kind of like the 25-gallon, but I just want to create a new home for my beta. And I have 2 that's in the 5-gallon where it's like the divider.
Divider, yeah.
So I want to get like another 5-gallon so they all have their own space.
Okay.
But at the same time, I actually like the way the planet tank looks. It was like a decoration.
Right.
So then I want to, get some driftwood and some stuff, to start this new tank.
Okay. Well, I will also mix up some soil for you,
Yes,
and
sir.
I'll explain to you how to use that.
Yes, sir.
So if you want to look around a bit, I'll
Yes,
be
sir.
back. The
I'll
sand
wait.
is all the way in the back,
Yes, sir.
by the back door.
Okay.
You grab it's a 50-pound bag.
Right.
So if you want to lug one of those up, or you can drive around and pick it up
Yes, sir.
when you're finished. But check out some things, and I'll be with you in a
Yes,
couple
sir.
of minutes.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. I see y'all have been entertaining yourself. Thank you so much. Ellis, here's a bird. That's the bare-eyed cockatoo you're probably listening to. Carassius auratus, Precious says. Oliver Coy. Yeah, I think so too. Precious is saying needs to go. Set this guy up. Sounds like a good sale. I do. Finally getting some growth in your sand, in your plants. That's good, Carrie. Oh, yeah, I'm waiting for tub season as well. I could say Carassius auratus. Yes. Ha. I can say a lot of funny things. Glad to hear he's busting out. All right, I think I'm down to the bottom. I probably lost 90% of what's in here. Tell you what, if you've asked the question that I've missed, post it again. Because I'm going to go back. Yeah, there's a whole lot of conversation. Sam Dam, interesting comment. My 1-year-old dirted tank seems to grow selected plants. Valves and lilies are doing awesome, but others are just surviving. That is a common experience for a nitrate-rich tank. Add an inch of sand. Add an inch of sand and plant shallow. That gives other kinds of stem plants a better chance. You should also notice that any of the swords should be doing really well in there as well. And of course, there are all kinds of val and sag that that will do well. Check out Dan's fish vids on shipping. I will do so. Thank you, Kaylor. Substrate really is key. Yeah, you bet. Too many people don't ask. This young man is he's failed enough to know he needs to get better advice. So I'm very happy he's found us. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna have to get him on our channel. I think he's researching enough. He'll once he finds it, he'll get real excited. Okay, I'm gonna go back and help get this guy set up. And I will be back shortly. Carrie Nature will be picking your brain more as I watch all of your vids. Yeah, I think I really am getting a library together here, a research kind of video library. So I need to go back and make a list now of the things that are critical to do videos on and just start cranking them out. But I appreciate very much what you're saying, Carrie Nature. I'll be back in a few minutes. I'm gonna turn turn to the window so you'll see anybody coming in. And you can holler at me if I miss them. Back in a minute. Was funny. Hi there. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. What's up?
Oh, we were just looking at shrimp.
Shrimp back here. Okay. Found some shrimp, did you? Okay, guys, I guess we get demonetized on this one. Not supposed to have children on YouTube. Okay, so you got 20 by 25 of a dollar 67. 20, 26. 26. Competition. I'm good. Ah, great. I just got back. Great. Okay, thanks. That was fine. I can't now. That's yours. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. You know, let's put those in the bag and go check YouTube. Okay? You're going to love that channel. Thank you very much. You got you. Your credit.
Yes.
Okay, bye-bye. I can help you.
Yeah, are all the little live rock frames and everything on the tanks, are they for sale?
Yeah.
How much are they per pound?
I'll give you just the rock itself.
Yeah, the live rock
It
frame. Yeah.
varies, but it's
Okay.
$2 a pound on that.
Okay. All right. It's there might be hitchhikers on that stuff there, right?
Mm.
It's not been cured or anything like that.
No, but it's been in there forever.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's,
So I'd probably not give a mantis shrimp or anything.
oh,
like
no,
that.
no.
All right. Because it's just a tiny nano.
Okay. Yeah, if there's not a bucket there, I'll get a bucket for you.
Oh, again, I can just help myself in it. Okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah. All right. I'm back for what it's worth. Let's see. Ooh, crap. You've been playing? What? Playing? Mr. B, yeah, that was smart. I know. I wish we had this voice as well. It would make things so much nicer. Really. Chris Biggs is here. Hey, Chris, welcome. Punchy. Oh, Biggs. Appreciate Biggs coming by. Camera screen, the top left of the window. I don't know. Aquaballs. You guys were having a good time last night. I'm sorry. Oh, that's interesting. What is that? Sorry, I missed it. Did that show up? It was weird. Paying $3 a pound for dead rock. Yeah, this is live rock, $2 a pound. Oh, Oddball was pulling more puffer eggs. That is so cool. So cool. I am really excited about that. Beeping 3 separate times. Yeah, I think I did that when I walked away. I somehow hit. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I hit a button Am I back? Let's see. Yes. Well, maybe. I'm back. Okay. Hmm. Oh, hope Father has CCTV. You want to check out? Okay. Yeah, pull a couple of those out if you want. I got you. I got your sticker, Aqua Balls. Can you trim the end of a live stream? Probably not. Tell the kid to watch later. Yeah, I guess we got screwed having the kids in there. I don't know. Anyway. Oh, did it? Fix the video a bit? Oh, it is a little better. It's weird watching myself on the monitor because it's about 20 seconds behind. Oddball, split the eggs into 3 groups. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I would do meth blue. Aquaflavin, if you have aquaflavin, that's a little better. They used to have a product that was made specifically for eggs, but they quit making it. I got the formula and tried it, but I wasn't happy about it. Candy doesn't have a wrench. How did that happen? Where is Candy? Post something, Candy, so I can find you. There you are. No touching the button, she says. Doobie-doo, add moderator. Candy is now moderator. Oh, how that happened. She a lot, I guess. Nice to have you. Nice to have everybody here. This is so exciting. What a great bunch of people. 50-pound dog food. Ginger, too late. You were referring to Candy, I guess. Oh, well. Mr. B, now you have to behave. Sad like I did a couple of nights ago on redfish, bluefish. I was very bad. Malachite green, no. Malachite green is just too harsh. Aquaflavin is not so bad. Methylene blue is okay. Basically, all you're trying to do is control the bacteria. Barramundi or Pyara. I can get Pyara, albino clownfish. I can't afford. Oh, now wait, I did have some. I had some albino clownfish. Barramundi, I think, are restricted in Florida. Spell the other one. What are you talking about? Kobe Bryant just died in a helicopter crash. Oh my God. Did you hear about that?
Oh, yeah, no, go ahead. Yeah, can I grab one of those bags and put them in a bag?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you bet. Well, what are we doing time wise here? Now we're getting down to the hour. Baja Wildman, congrats on the 1K. Thank you so much. I'm sorry for the disjointed video here. Every time I think this might work, it blows up on me. you guys enjoy each other so much, it sort of hangs together anyway, I guess. Predatory fins. Yeah, predatory fin sells them. That's true. Oh, but he sells them out of state. I can get them, but I can't sell them here in Florida. So I have not carried anything that I can't sell in Florida because all my customer base has been local. So I'm gonna have to look into this now to carry items that I can sell out of state because it is legal for me to do that. Everything except, guess what? Piranha. No piranha. No piranha for you. Chris Big says, "You're a gentleman and a scholar. We are honored, Chris, coming from you. That is spoken by a man of who is a gentleman and a scholar, and I deeply appreciate it. Thank you so much." The chat's a lovely place to sit a while. It is, isn't it? And when you're not trying to do what I'm doing and are just reading the scroll, it's a lot of fun. I have, I have fun with it too, then. I get the friendly troll. Yeah, exactly. Did anybody see my troller today? Won't say anymore, but it's up there. Guy trolled me on Ick of all things. Love Biggs. Biggs is quite a guy, isn't he? Biggs is the first person I ever watched on YouTube. And I was pretty impressed. Candy is amazing. I appreciate you being here, Candy. Yes, you and Chevy Fish stick to each other like glue. Yeah, I think. JH. Well, okay, I've got a couple of customers here. Let me just ring them out. I can be right back. Oh, you all set?
I grabbed another little bunch of
Just one?
Yeah.
How many?
So you got two bunches of them. It was just
Out of here?
yeah. It was just
Two, and yeah, two, it's 4. And then that's 20, and this was 15. 35, 37, 45. Let me crank this around here. Hit 1,000.
I know. I seen that.
Did you get it?
Congratulations.
That well.
Quick, huh?
It was, yeah. That was like 2 months, 10 weeks actually. So I was at 50 10 weeks ago.
We're gonna get better.
Well, I'm gonna try to do more. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right. So how are we doing here? You got your plants?
Yeah, you got the plant.
Okay.
You got the fertilizer. You're going to pull the truck around to get the
I
sand
got
back.
that in the sand.
And you
Okay.
said that I need the extra filter on top.
Yes, let me get that for you. Great, thank you. All right. Right. Good. What's that? Well, you're back. Says Mr. B. I gotcha. They're calling me from the web.
Oh, are they? You better get that
We're
one.
live streaming.
Oh.
And they're calling me. Just hassling me.
You do YouTube videos? Is that what you do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, check out the channel. It's all
Yeah, I
right.
will.
You need to look at that too. Facebook, I mean, not Facebook, the YouTube channel, Father Fish. I've got 80 videos on there.
Oh, really?
And a lot of them are about creating a dirted tank and creating a tank that never needs to be cleaned.
Oh, yeah. Just a self-sufficient.
Self-sustaining tank.
Huh.
And we do it with salt as well, salt and fresh.
Yeah, I've seen people create those like cookie jar reef tanks
Oh,
where they
they're
put a lid
wonderful.
on it and
You
you don't have
bet.
to do anything. You know?
Yeah, they're really cool. Easy to
I guess
do.
the plants provide the oxygen.
Okay. You know what this is?
This is the pump that you said that it's going to create
It's
the
an air pump,
to,
right.
to help.
And that hooks into this filter. Okay. So the hose goes through here, into there,
So where can I put this? Just on the bottom?
on the bottom, yes. Now to clean it, when this gets all glommy, it comes apart. And you just rinse this out and reuse it. So it'll last you 10 years.
10 years.
Well, I say that because I've got some that are 10 years old
Yeah.
that I'm still using.
You don't really have to replace that sponge either.
Never.
do you?
Yeah.
You use your tank water to rinse it and then just put it back.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's a good pump. All right. Are you going to get your plants?
Yeah. So you want me to grab it now? Or
Well, I forgot what we had. I think it was just, you had picked up a few. Yeah. Why don't you bring it up so I can check it? Check it out.
Are there megalodon teeth in there?
There are megalodon teeth in there. Yeah, there are.
You've been doing this a while.
Yeah, a little. What do you got there? About
It's
five
just live rock, and I got one little branch with some barnacles on it. Here.
Okay. All right, just 5 for this. 25, 30, 45, and you got 20 and 20. I'll just charge you 20 for the dirt.
Thank you.
45, 85, so it's 90 altogether with that. Break on it. Tell me your name again.
Don?
Don. Lou. Nice to meet you. Okay,
Right?
so again, come around the side, just pick up the bucket
And,
and the bag of sand.
thank you.
Thank you, Don.
4 pounds, I guess. I don't know.
You, timber.
All right. Sounds good. It's just a 10-gallon, nano reef. And the only thing I have in there is a cleaner shrimp and a tiny procula clown. Is it possible to put one of those little, is it a Haitian anemone or something like that?
I would.
You wouldn't? Because if
No.
it dies, it's going to kill everything, right? Okay.
Well, not only that, it'll kill everything in there.
Okay. All right. They're cool, but I
It's
didn't.
too small.
Yeah.
Is the issue. You know,
But I can put like the zoanthic corals and stuff like that.
absolutely.
Okay.
Yep. And I got that and sponges and
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely be back. I'm on a motorcycle today, so it's kind of hard.
Okay.
to take
What's
the
your
day
name?
for everything. Matt.
Matt, nice
Yep.
to meet
It's
you.
Lou, right?
Yes.
Yeah, nice
right.
to meet you, Lou.
Thank you.
I'm gonna check out that YouTube channel too.
All right. Yeah, dude, you'll
Just
enjoy it.
Father Fish,
Very
right?
fun. Yes, that's right.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. You have a good day.
You too. Bye bye. The big box guy. I need a body cam. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I got one. I've got a somewhere here. I got a GoPro. I just don't know how to link it. I need a technician to figure out how to make all this stuff work. Yeah, I'm sure I can do that. I've not been able to figure out how to link it. Ah, I'm going to be real close on the hours. This'll probably. And what do we got for? What do we got for 49 watching? Well, okay, a few dropped off. So we're at 59. I need about 300 hours. This will be nearly 100. So it's going to get there this week. I'm not at all worried about it. Everybody signing off. Thank you so much, guys. Put everything into one playlist. That's a thought. Huh. Yeah, don't forget the Funk family. We've been doing really well. I think it's up. It should be up over 1,000 by now. I think the goal was 2,000. So please plug in, check it out, so you know what you're supporting. If you don't know the Funks, and just be helpful. Goliath tigerfish illegal in Florida. Take care. Thank you. Who needs Chappie? Lou is your dad's name. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Rohan J, could you please answer my questions? Yes, sir. What are your questions? Rohan J, I got to go back and look. He's probably not even here anymore. Oh, dear. I can't find him. Rohan, post your questions again while I'm looking. Mr. B, we can binge watch like that. Yeah, I may as well hang around for a while at this point. The watch hours for the month of the year, for the year. Yeah, okay. $8.55, okay. Need 4,000 in 1 year. I'm at 30, just about 37 right now. 855 donated to the goal of 3. Thank you, Taylor. I didn't have the numbers right. It's a lot good. Chewy, those kinds of laws exist everywhere. Maine outlaws piranha because they don't want them getting loose in their water supply. Duh. Florida outlaws every arowana except the silver being the only one that can survive in Florida water. So the laws really don't make any sense when you consider the biology of the animals involved. Nevertheless, soy mixture video. Don't need snail food, Tom. You can use any kind of organics, including plant organics. Blood meal works. You can usually find blood meal. Worm casings are another one that's good. Anything with a lot of rich organic material in it. Sort out your tech. Soul. Okay. All right. That would be cool, wouldn't it? Get Chappie up and put together a video on how to make videos, how to use equipment. Rohan wants to know how to cure wood from a creek bed. Generally speaking, wood coming out of a creek bed does not need to be cured. It already is. That's what it's been doing for as long as it's been in the creek. Now, you can tell if it's fully cured or not by whether it's falling apart. If it's a hard wood that still has bark on it, then it's not fully cured. But generally, in 6 months to a year, a piece of hardwood will cure in a creek. Water is constantly flowing over it. It's getting washed. It doesn't take long for all of the soft fibers, all of the sap to come out, the bark to come off, any rotted core to be washed out. Um, Once that happens, it's cured. It's fully cured. Generally speaking, you can pull wood out of a creek so long as it's obvious that it's been there for a while and put it right in the tank. You can always test it in a bucket or a tub for a week or so to see whether it's leaching anything out, but it's frankly rare that it does. So creek bed creek bed wood is the very best you can possibly use. Let's see. Asian arowanas that are chipped. Yeah, we can't keep chipped Asians in the United States, I don't believe. I think that's still restricted, which makes even less sense than a lot of the other stuff. A dry creek bed. Well, dry creek bed is probably better because it's also bleached out by the sun. Doesn't have to be by water. It can be wood that's been sitting out in like in a desert or a dry area for an extended period of time that's baked dry. So long as there's no sap in it and uh, it's not crumbly in any way, but is hard, solid, um, and dry, bone dry, or 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 no. Well, I guess if it's creek wood, it's not bone dry, but you can tell if it's hard and solid and stable. Anyhow, Dan Sibley, thanks for the help. Well, I don't know how much help it is sometimes. Can you use some wood I collected in the first near dry stream? Probably not. You may have to test it first. Put it in put it in a tub. Let it sit there for a week. See what it does. If there's no activity, if it's not bleeding off, if there's not stuff kind of that you can brush off of it, then it's good to go. 40 pounds for a piece of wood. That's a lot of money for a piece of wood. Gotta agree. Thank you, Big City Bettas. I've been hearing about you. I need to go see Big City Bettas. Need to visit you. I think I got you. I believe I subbed you. Let me double check. Dooby doo, Big City Bettas. I did not. Gotcha. Excellent. Thank you for plugging in. Happy to subscribe to you, Big City Meadows. Let's see, Kaylor. If it's hard and it's not flaking off, um, and it seems like all the sap is out of it. Sometimes you can't tell. I had a piece that I put in that I should not have trusted, and it wound up fouling my water. So you need to be careful. Yeah, any of the evergreens are just loaded with sap, and it kind of never goes away. It's gonna, so long as the wood needs to be gray or white. It needs not to be pink, yellow, orange, or green or any other color like that. Do, 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 do. I'm still looking at Candy's GoFundMe as well. We all need support Candy. I think I did that. I'd go back and check. There've just been a bunch of them recently, and I tried to do a little bit. Well, that's still release tannins in the water. Not necessarily. If it tannins are basically sap from the tree. So if it's not cured, it still has sap. If it's cured, it has no sap, and you should not get tannins. Now, the exception is softwood. My Blackwater tank, for example, has a very big softwood trunk in it. And I did that deliberately because I wanted the tannins, but it's very, very old wood. So there's no live sap in it at all. Live sap can foul the water. Mr. B can have Asians. Oh, snails in the planet. Snails are so problematic. I like mystery snails because they typically do not eat plants. I've been getting a lot of these large ramshorns lately, and they're beautiful snails, but boy, do they eat plants. The rabbit snail, if you've seen those, it's like a very large cone snail. They don't eat plants, as well as um, the little tiny cone snail. They don't eat plants. Apple snails, of course, are voracious about plant eating, as are pond snails. So those are two I never allow near my tanks. Soak it in salt and boil it. The salt will kill any bacteria. I've never done that. The trick is going to be to get the salt out of it. Oh, hardwood will last forever. Do you have to have snails implanted? No, you don't have to. I like them. It says like, I guess I read that both ways. All right, we got to answer both ways. Rojan, what was that? Dear. I'm jumping all around here. I've missed about 75% of this thread, I think. Zen Ginger wants to know if the mark on her betta boy's head will ever go away. Probably not. Probably not. Can't know piranhas. Well, I've had piranhas. Love to have you visit Big City about it. Be fun to have you here. Proms, X-rays, if it has closets illegal. Huh, that's interesting. You'll be in Florida in May. I'll be at the ALA. I don't know if I need to make the IBC because I want to pick up some bettas. But I'll be at the ALA, and I'll certainly be here. There, I don't know where the IBC is being held, Big City, but ALA is in the Miami area, so I'm going to go over for that. Mr. B, keeping an Asian in a home aquarium is like having a horse in your apartment. Well, yeah, it is. That's true, actually. They can get big and then they can get bigger. Little known, here we go. Here's a little more father fish lore. Fish do not age. I don't know if you knew that. Fish do not age. That is to say, fish do not have a getting old gene like me. I have a very active getting old gene. Fish don't show signs of aging. In other words, they don't have organ deterioration or skin deterioration or any of the other things that go along with mammals aging. They die from predation, starvation, disease, environmental conditions. Did I say predation? Injury. They die from just being in the wrong place at the wrong time. That's why you can have a lunker. A lunker fish theoretically can live indefinitely. They don't because eventually the parasites take them over. They just get in there and they get to the point where there ain't nothing left but parasites. Crayfish are eating the snails. Yeah, crayfish love snails. It was Lee. Fisher Fever. Hey, Fisher Fever. How are you? Like everybody's plugging in. We're running over. We're celebrating. I was away for about half of the hour thread, so I'm kind of catching up a little. I don't know how many people are still hanging in there. Let's see, 54. Well, that's pretty good. Had a lot of folks have just plugged in, said hello, which is really nice. I appreciate that and celebrate it. That's oh dear. Fish Tropic takes collagen. Well, there you go. You ever looked after black piranha? Oh, yeah, I have. I got a story about black piranha. You're gonna love this. Uh, I was pastor of a church that was in a community. It was one of these little churches sitting on a corner in a community of row houses, and it was kind of a lower income community. So there was a fair amount of crime, and I had the church broken into one night. Now, I should tell you that I had about 25 tanks in the church, in the social hall, in my office, and so forth. In the tank by the door in my office, I had about an 8-inch black piranha. He was really my prize. Would you believe whoever broke in stole the piranha? They stole the piranha. took it right out of the tank. Well, there was a pet shop down the street, not far at all from where I was. And when I discovered this missing fish, I went down to the pet shop and asked him if anybody had been in with my black piranha. And he said, well, as a matter of fact, Kate came in with a bloody finger, wanting to get rid of this dangerous animal. And I took it, he said. So I said, may I see it? He said, I said. And he took me to see it, and it was my black piranha. So I paid him $25 for taking it and holding it for me. And I got it back. Funny, it never changed in any way from eating that little bit of finger. But I always imagined every time I looked at it after that, I had a bit of the thief in my office. Anyway, that really happened. Dooby doo. What else? Am I at the end? I think I'm over. What happened? Oh no, I'm not. Vampire Red Eyes, Igor.
Oh, hello.
Hi there.
I said hello.
I think, am I at the end? I guess I'm at the end. Director of Mega Piranha with a biologist that specialized in it. We got into fish way worse than piranhas. Yeah, there are. That's true enough. I'll tell you what's worse than piranhas. Gambusi are worse than piranhas. That's the nastiest little fish you can probably ever have. All right, I guess we're down to it here. I appreciate everybody hanging in. Let me see what we got left. We're down to 52 watching. We started streaming 52 people still on here. Well, it's a bird saying hello, Alice. It's a bare-eyed cockatoo that says hello and goodbye to everybody who comes through the door. They're kind of neat. You know what? I think if y'all would like to hang out, maybe I can get focused here a little better. I'll be here until 4. Since we got about 50 people on board, I may as well pick up another 25 hours or so. Won't hurt a bit, will it? Mosquito fish are banned where Chewy is. Is that in Canada? Where are you, Chewy? There are different kinds of mosquito fish. The Formosa, which is the lesser killie, that's a live bearer. It's really not a killie at all. It's a very tiny little live bear. It's native here in Florida, and it's just a sweet little fish. That's also referred to as a mosquito fish. Thank you, Lee, very much. Tell us another story about fish justice. Oh dear. Story about fish justice. You know, I really ought to have it. They're all stories about my own failings, I'm afraid. Oh, glory. Well, usually fish justice is a matter of somebody getting their comeuppance. because they've done something that they thought they were smart doing, and it turns out was a very stupid thing to do. And I've had those experiences, some of which I'm still not at liberty to talk about because too many important people could be hurt. And by important, I don't mean fish people. I mean people who would seek to injure me. Mr. Beef, this was fun. Thanks for having us. And we start at your house, Bob Candy says. Chevy Fish, Heterandria formosa. Lise Kelly, yep, great fish. I love it. The fiery back shiner. No, I'm not familiar with the fiery back fiery back shiner. There are wonderful shiners north of Florida. You get up into like Tennessee, the Carolinas, just exquisite little fish that I can't keep here because they're cold water fish. I'm still trying to think of a story, Precious. Oh, Henry Hall. There ought to be a Henry Hall story. Henry Hall. I don't know. Greed and avarice play a part in all of these um, fish justice stories. I used to deal with a group of people when I was in Baltimore who were avid fish collectors. These were crazy guys. These are men who would travel halfway across the country to get a fish. Well, this was way back before the Arapima was commonly available. I got an Arapima. In fact, I got two Arapimas, Arapima. And there was one gentleman who just lusted after that Arapima. And he wanted it more than anything else. So I said, okay, here's the deal. To get the Arapima on a trade, it's going to cost you minimum 12 inches, a red tail cat, a clown knife, a pacu, an arowana, and I can't remember what the other one was, shovel-nosed catfish. I wanted one of each of those 5 animals in order to do the trade with him for the Arapima. Well, he had no trouble getting 2 or 3 of them, and then struggled for a week to get the 4th, and finally, by the end of the 2nd week, he had all 5. And he brought them over, and I gave him the Arapima, and he took it home, and it died, promptly died. Well, I gave him his 5 fish back because I thought it was only fair. But he never tried to do that kind of trade again. He was fun. Can't remember his name, Jeff, I think. Sweet man. After party at Bob's house. I'm for that. Mr. B wants to call again. Well, if you do, I'm going to put you on speaker. You have to talk to yourself. That would be funny. Taylor's going to be busy. Familiar with the fire shiner? We did that. What else? Kaylor, if at a short informal stream, when could you come by? I'm going to start taking my computer home, so I will be able to do streams and to be on streams in the evening. Fisherman Fever's on all the time, and I'd love to be on with them. I tried to get on last night with my phone, and I couldn't do it. So I'm just going to start taking the computer home. Flooded your bathroom, Alice says. Well, I've flooded every room in the house, I'm sure. What would be better choice than the 75? 2 hanging filters or a canister? Maybe all 3. There's no better choice. Just so long as there's a deep sand bed. You ever flooded your house? Alice says. From North Carolina. Not familiar with it. I'm going to be carrying for sale all of the Florida native ornamentals. I've got a few in the shop now. I'll be sure within by the beginning of the spring that I have them all in stock. Calendar updates to your time, whatever before run. Deep sand to go home. There it is. There it is. Yeah, Mr. B, good advice. Best filter you can buy is one you like and maintain. Chewy hangs with the fishermen during the week. That's fun. I'm backing up here. Let me take a big jump back. Vampire red eyes. They did have red eyes. I sold every one of them yesterday, actually. Chewy. Zen Ginger. It's talking about hours. Let me see what my hours are. This is not going to go up yet. Who is that? Who is that? Oh, that's Big City Bettis. Let me get me up. See what my hours are. Did we do? I'm at 0.01 subscribers. What does that mean? 0.01. That's 10. Or is that 100? That's 10. The O would be 100. 1.01 be. So I've got 1,010. Yeah, I picked up 10 since last night. If I can do 10 a day, I'm thrilled. 10 a day is 3,000 a year. That ain't half bad. Let's see now. I'm going to go to YouTube Studio and see what my hours are. It's a 2-step to get to channel analytics. The way I do it, there probably is a quicker way. And then I've got to, click on 365 days. I'm at 3.7. 3.7, just under 3.7. So 300 hours. Won't be long. Won't be long.
Oh, look at this big old guy. Oh, the big guy down there.
Sun Ginger's hanging out. Thank you, Zen. Hi guys. How are you? We're on a 2-hour binge YouTube extravaganza here. We're live streaming on YouTube.
So
What you got?
I got
Where did you find that?
sitting over there with your wood.
Really?
Isn't it beauty?
It's wonderful. I love it.
Isn't it?
You want to sell it? Oh, I would.
I'm trying. I want to buy it. This is yours. I found it over there in your wood pile. I thought it would be beautiful
Really?
to tie some stuff to it.
You want to buy it? Look at this.
Yeah, it
Look
was
at
over there in the wood
See,
pile.
look at this. I could never go left or right. Isn't that cool? Came out of my wood pile.
That's the best one I've seen.
What's that worth, guys? Give me a price.
Free. No.
Really? Let's see.
Anyway,
Yes.
so my son, I bought him a 10-gallon starter tank to start doing fish. So we want to put some live plants in it. I'm going to go pick up some sand, some play sand for the bottom.
No, not play sand. I have the same. You want play sand has clay in it.
Oh, it does?
It'll take you forever to rinse it out.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me. What size tank is it?
Just 10 gallons.
Okay.
And it came with one of those little filters.
Okay.
And
Let me mix up a little bit of dirt for you to put in the bottom,
okay.
and then put sand on top of it. I'll give you small bags of each, so you can.
Okay,
It'll be
perfect.
easy.
And then I thought we could get some plants and tie them
Yeah,
to
I've got.
the
Well, I have
strings
plants that live on that, so yes,
to get it started.
Absolutely.
I thought this was a beautiful piece of wood.
that is really cool. It probably will not sink right away, but you can.
We'll let it soak in some water.
Well, lay a rock on it right there. Hold it down.
Okay.
Yeah, hold it down.
So you can pick out a rock to hold it down, Ryan. He's wanting some of that fake stuff in there. I'm like, no.
No fake stuff, right?
Fake
We don't
stuff.
allow fake stuff.
My son has fish tanks. I have fish tanks that I'm probably going to get rid of because one of them is basically one of them just harbors the goldfish that we win every year at the Italian Fest. And everybody puts them in my tank, so that's where they end up. And the other one, I had a couple loaches in there, and the second one passed away. He was this big. He was beautiful. He was loachy. Yeah, yeah, the loach, the tiger loach, the one that looked like a tiger fish. He was about 8 inches. He was huge. He just passed away. But I have a what kind of sucker fish is that?
A pleco.
He's this big.
Oh yeah.
He's huge. I've had.
You
him for
can bring
years.
him in.
He's by himself in there. I've had him for years.
I've got a big vat I can put him in. I usually sell them to people who have ponds. It's too big for a tank.
He's been living in that. I have a probably 75-gallon tank. He's been living in there his whole life. We brought him home and he was this big.
Oh, I know.
And he
I don't
has
sell
grown
that
to
species for that reason.
Yeah, Dylan, my son brought him home when he was a teenager and he's 29 now.
Well,
yeah. Ooh, scorpions. Do you see them? I don't see them.
all right. So I need to go.
So
What are we
gotta
doing
find some-
time-wise? I need to go do some dirt. It's 3:47. I'm going to do some dirt and I'll be back and we'll sign off when I get back. Thanks for hanging out there, guys. Let's see how many people are still. I got 45 people watching us there.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be back.
Have you been here for a long time?
I've been here about 10 years on this location.
Okay, I just. Was there
just-
another person? Or has it always been you?
The beard's new. You don't remember.
Okay, I'm just like, Did you have surgery or something?
I did.
Okay,
Yeah,
that
I
was
had
about the last time we were in here.
Okay. I've got all kind of stuff.
So the tank that it came with had a couple LED lights. Well, that's good. You use it. When I bought the house years ago, that was the first thing I checked. Water. No. Now,
$15, $25, $35, and 20 is 55.
It's gonna be all live, real fish tank.
Okay, we're at 55. What's that?
Are these,
What?
yeah, I found them. I said that's the old guy. Are these hermit crabs in there?
Yes, they are.
I bought some hermit crabs from you for his kindergarten class.
Oh my.
I bought some more because a couple of them died, but there's 2 of them left that have been there.
You're kidding.
I have.
Wow.
He's 12 now.
Only one of them. We don't know which one.
There's
Like
no, there's
6,
2 of them
7,
in there, but one of them's like buried.
7 or 8 years ago.
Yeah, they're still in there. They're still, and I buy them new shells, and they're.
Nice.
I'm not sure. We will find out if there's money on this part or not, because it'll deny it if there's not. Child support. We use his child support for his single mom.
Right, your child stuff.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah. But we just got ourselves a new phone that kind of wiped it out a few weeks ago. We shall see, Ryan.
We're good.
We're good. Now you see what I was saying, how we had to wait. Fish tanks aren't cheap like you
Yeah.
think.
Right.
And this is not even, we haven't even started with the fish. Now, how long do we gotta let this sit before we can get fish?
Tomorrow.
Oh, we can get fish tomorrow?
Yep, you can get fish tomorrow.
We want to start with just 2 fish, though.
1 fish, 2 fish. We can
Well,
do that.
Maybe we can come in here right now and maybe you can show us which fish will work.
Okay, now,
We want
you're gonna
easy
wet
fish.
this, make mud out of it, pour it in the empty tank. Pour the dry sand right on top of it. This is gonna give you about 1 inch. You want 2 inches of sand on top of it. Put a towel or a plate or something on top of that. So when you put the water in, you don't stir it up. Very
Sure.
important, okay?
I know how to do that.
If you do all that, you'll be good. And then fill it up, you can plant your plants. Put your wood in there.
You can plant it however you want.
Get
Now,
the
this piece of
filter
wood
hooked
is
up.
beautiful.
Come back, you
Awesome
can come
piece
back
of
and
wood.
get a sponge filter if you want.
Will
We'll
you
do
show
that
me what
later.
that looks like?
Just over here.
Yeah, I bought the little pump. It's just the tiniest one they had, but like
Yeah.
I said, now.
I've got a little one.
Oh, okay. Now, what kind of fish will be good for him that he hardly not die easily?
Anything, don't worry about it.
Okay.
We'll pick them out when you come back.
Okay.
This is your community fish.
Okay.
You know, tetras, live bears, easy stuff. Okay,
Here we
you got
go.
the receipt?
Thank you very much.
You catch yourself on YouTube.
Look at Ray. See, what did I tell you? I brought it up and he was like, oh, where'd you get that?
You catch yourself.
Here, take this, but be careful not to break it because it's tender.
Bye, guys. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Thank
We'll see
you.
you in a few
See
days.
you soon. Bye-bye. All right. I'm back. Talking about parrots. This is a wonderful thread. I'm sorry I've not been able to be a part of it. You guys, you've really enjoyed yourselves. We'd love to help if possible, Ginger. Right. Where's that sticker case? Yes. Where is it? There it is. Me. Me. I also have my name on my shirt, so I won't lose track of who I am. See, here that's me. Here I am. Let's see. I'll just try and catch up here a little bit. A little bit. The bigger they are, the louder they are. Yeah, that's why I like these little parrotlets. They chirp very sweetly. It's rather nice. No squawking. Oh dear God. Zen, did you please? Ugh. Extremely hostile. That's putting it mildly. Zen talking about her female parakeet. Parakeets are mean little birds. Get a parrotfish. Right. Hey, where am I? Am I at the bottom? Let's be. Hour mark again. Okay, we're going to do it here. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. I love you all so much. Appreciate you hanging out with me while I ran off and played with customers. But it was a fun afternoon, and you learned a lot more than I did. Talk about dirt and sanded tanks from years ago. Mentioned always putting newspaper in the bottom. Oh dear, that's interesting. Do I remember newspaper? Gee whiz. Yeah, but I'll tell you what, it was so long ago. I do remember it. I haven't thought about it since then. My grandmother did that. She would put a layer of paper down and put the dirt on top of it. And I was too young to question why she was doing that. But the time I got around to setting up dirty tanks, I'd forgotten about it. But you brought back an ancient memory. Huh. Don't know why. Don't know why. Probably it relates to the whole discussion of plenums. Here we go again. Very interesting. Well, we're going to leave us. We're going to leave us with that. Very interesting, Kaler. Thank you, everybody. Mr. B remembers it. Yeah, it certainly would provide. It turns into soil. God bless you all. Thank you so much. See you again soon. I'll be doing something this week during the week. Don't know when or where. Probably it'll be Wednesday, and maybe I'll be in the morning. Bye all. Thank you.